500,000 college students are still out of the classroom as day 2 of the college faculty strike begins. Our Tammie Sutherland live right now outside of Humber College, now getting some reaction from students this morning. Hi, Tammie.
Hey, good morning, Melanie. Yeah, we're outside of Humber College, and if you take a look right now, it looks like the picket lines are going to get set and get on their way at about 7 o'clock in about half an hour's time. Right now, faculty are just arriving, parking their vehicles so that they can come here to the sidewalks and start blocking the driveway here at Humber College and at 23 other colleges right across Ontario. When you talk about reaction from students, it's not just that they're losing some time right now at school, but we've also just spoke to on the phone with a student who lives here at Humber on campus at residence. And some students there, they have concerns about crossing these picket lines multiple times a day, saying they don't want to do it, but they have to be able to get in and out so that they can get to campus and to residence, even those classes are canceled. Now, right now, of course, OPSU, the union representing 12,000 faculty members, including teachers, we have the professors, the instructors, as well as librarians right now who are picketing. The council for the college employers, they say that they're about $250 million apart from OPSU and trying to get the union to come together again. No indication yet as to when talks will resume. Mel, I'll send it back to you for now.
Well, college faculty are back on the picket lines this morning for day 2 of the strike by the Ontario Public Service Employees Union. Our Tammie Sutherland live right now standing outside of Humber this morning. Where, Tammie, interesting, you've been talking to some students as well as these picket lines begin.
Yeah, the picket line starting right now, Melanie, starting here at Humber College and at 23 other colleges right across the province. We've been chatting to students, one student on the phone who alerted us to the fact that some of the students who live on residence on campus are being affected by this, as they're a bit apprehensive about crossing this picket line several times a day in order to get to and from different appointments and so on. So that's one kind of reaction that we're getting from students, on top of the fact that they are losing some class time now. Right now, it is only day 2 at this point. There are 12,000 faculty members who are now on the picket lines instead of the classrooms, and 500,000 students who are now out of the classrooms as those classes are canceled. Now, OPSU and the College Employer Council, they appear to be very far apart at this point. The council saying that they're about $250 million apart, while OPSU is saying that really some of their priority demands are very no cost or low cost at this point. They want more power and more say when it comes to the academics and the curriculum itself. They want more academic freedom as well, and they say that that will not cost the colleges or the employer any money at all. Right now, talks broke off over the weekend. No word on when talks will resume. Mel, I'll send it back to you for now.
All right, so we are into day 2 of a college strike, and indications are that this may go on for a while. And indeed, the two sides seem very far apart, yet so close, if that makes any sense at all. Stuck in the middle are students, 2 of which are here today, who have started a petition to raise a point and maybe get some money back for students. Gregory Kung and Amar Alana from Humber College are with us right now. And you've got a petition, 59,000 names and still counting, right, of saying that students should get a refund for every day the strike goes on.
That's right.
So how did this first come up? You're not in any student unions yourself.
We're not, no. And, you know, it was a kind of a back-of-the-napkin idea that Amr and I had one late last night studying, and we figured, hey, there's no student voice in all of these negotiations that are currently going on. How can we make an impact? How can we get students heard, and how can we put pressure on the two sides to finally come to a deal?
And what we were hearing from a lot of our classmates and a lot of fellow students was that they were frustrated about this impending strike. They understood both sides, but they just really didn't want to lose out on learning time, and they were worried about their careers, and there was no one saying that. So.
Okay, so go to my Twitter account right now. I just put this up a couple of minutes ago, just about a minute ago. Already about 100 people have voted on it. The question is, should Ontario college students be refunded for time lost during the college strike? No, it's 3.2, if you could. It is right now 93% in favor of that. and only 7% saying no. So, you know, obviously there's going to be an overwhelming desire to have a refund during a strike. You realize, though, that it's probably not going to happen, but you have another motive behind this.
Right, and I think that our primary goal has always been to put some pressure on the negotiating parties, on having a student voice heard, and saying that this impacts us, and we're a third stakeholder on this in this that's not been heard from. And frankly, one of the big questions that we're asking is that how does the negotiating process that impacts 500,000 students get to this point? 5 months of negotiations. The government is ultimately responsible for delivering this service, and now these two parties are kind of at an impasse. 500,000 students are not in school, and I mean, how does it get to this point? What kind of process causes this in a public service institution?
Yeah, there are three sides in this strike.
Right. Students have a lot of skin in the game, if you want to say it like that. I mean, our tuition pays both sides' salaries, and frankly, as you can see from the petition, there's people in Ontario that are frustrated. We have representation from every college. We have people from all across this province that are frankly upset that the two sides couldn't come to a deal. I mean, yes, it is just day 2 of the strike, but I mean, why aren't they back at the table? Why do we have to go through the typical labor negotiation process where they're not right back at the table, especially when students are affected?
Which will be resolved one way or the other.
Right.
Eventually. All right. If you're interested in the petition, I am tweeting it out right now on my Twitter account at Kevin Frankish. Take a look at it and see what you think. All right. Let's get to the more serious news of the day, and it is day 2 of the college faculty strike. Still 500,000 students out of the classroom. Tammie Sutherland is at the Humber campus in North Etobicoke this morning at the picket lines. Tammie, what's the latest?
Morning, Tam.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, you can see the pickets have started here on the driveways of Humber College and at all other colleges across the province. They're just holding up the cars very briefly right now. It's not really a large lineup to get into the parking lot right now. It's growing, though, as the morning continues. They're handing out these flyers here as well to each driver who comes in with some of the union's demands. They're saying that they're low cost, including job security, as well as being able to have more academic freedom and more input into the academic and, of course, the curriculum that is taught here at colleges right across the province. The college's employer, however, the employers, that council, they say that it's not low cost, it's not no cost. They're actually $250 million apart right now, saying that those demands from the union will cost them about $250,000. They are not close right now, and there's no indication as to when they're going to be heading back to the bargaining table. As for the students here, now we've spoken to several this morning who say that they live on campus here on residence at Humber campus, and they're not able to pass the picket lines. They say they're able to get through, but they're just apprehensive about crossing those picket lines several times a day, and they don't want to, of course, do that while their teachers and some of their other the faculty members here that they have to deal with throughout the day are standing here on the picket line. So that's one thing. The other is what we mentioned earlier, the petition that's going around right now. I just checked. It's garnered more than 60,000 signatures asking for a refund for the students for every day that they are off class because of this strike. $30 for full-time students and about $20 for part-time students. That's the request. Kev, Dina, I'll send it back to you for now.
All right, Tammie, thank you very much. So we've been running a poll as well. We only started this just around 7:10 this morning because we had the students who started that petition on. So we're running a quick one. And overwhelming results right now are coming in for the yes side, that students do deserve a refund. Only 10% on the no side. You can go to my Twitter account if you want to vote on that. But lots of comments coming in from students. I feel bad for the students.
So do I. It's an overwhelming majority, rightfully so. They save up to get an education, and they can't get one right now.
And not so much for the refund. I mean, I think the students themselves know, and they told me, the authors of the petition say, we know we're not going to get this, but it's sending a message that this is, when you get to school strikes, they're unique situations. You're talking about someone's entire future that could actually be derailed as well. So I mean, I feel in any time there's a strike, both sides, again, same advice I gave to the OPSU member here not too long ago. Lock yourselves in a room and don't come out until you have a decision.
Figure it out.
And let's get back to class.
Yep.
It's that simple. You're going to come to a decision later, sooner or later.
Time
right?
is of the essence.